The NFL Draft wrapped up yesterday, but our coverage continues here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody who joined us over the last 3 days. And today, we're going to take a look at all of the undrafted free agent signings that Eliot Wolf and company had made. And the young rebuilding team, a couple of these guys could push for a roster spot in 2024. Let's start with DeShaun Fenwick, the running back out of Oregon State, one of the more notable players that New England has picked up. Really good size, kind of a bruiser here, 6'1", 223 pounds. He was their number 2 back last year because their starter, Damian Martinez, who's a star, he actually just entered the transfer portal for any college football fans out there. But Fenwick is an interesting piece, and look, maybe he competes for RB4, pushes for a roster spot. We'll have to wait and see there. Obviously, the running back depth last year wasn't great. It did bring in Antonio Gibson, obviously, but we'll see where that position goes from here. Ramondre Stevenson, final year of his rookie deal, so maybe Fenwick is a guy that pushes for a spot. I think this is a player that could as well. Jacob Warren, the Tennessee tight end here. I know the Patriots picked up Jaheim Bell in the 7th round, which was great value, but he did fall for a reason, and I could see Warren and Bell maybe competing for a final roster spot here. You love the frame here, 6'6", 251 pounds. Teammates of Joe Milton, by the way, so those two know each other, but that tight end position after Hunter Henry still has some question marks there, so keep an eye on that. I think Warren is a player that could potentially push for a 53-man roster spot or at least be worthy of a practice squad spot. Help us out. We are so close to 11,000 subscribers. That was our goal by the end of the draft. We're just 200 away. Big push today could help us get there. We would appreciate it if you want daily New England Patriots content, news, rumors. We'll take a look at some updated free agent targets after the draft sometime this week. Keep that in mind as well. Hit that sub button. We got you covered. Let's go to the offensive line now. Charles Turner III. I think Eliot Wolf has made a pretty big emphasis on draft weekend of trying to beef up the depth in that group. Older guy, 23, 6'3" and a half, just about 300 pounds out of LSU. Listen, you get offensive linemen that played in the SEC, they got to have some ability. So definitely am not upset with this addition whatsoever. Zuri Henry, the offensive tackle out of UTEP, again, sticking with the trenches theme here as well. You bring in Caden Wallace during the draft. You had a UDFA here as well at tackle. Just under 6'6", 310 pounds from Dallas, Texas. So we'll see what he brings to the table. Like the little smirk on the headshot. I'm a big body language guy. So if you're a trenches guy and you kind of give that look, it's like, yeah, don't mess with me. So we'll see what he could bring to the table. Who is your favorite undrafted free agent? Let us know who it is down in the comment section below. Still have some more to break down for you guys, but if there's one that stands out to you, Patriots fans, go ahead and drop his name. Maybe it's Dell Pettus, the safety out of Troy, as we kind of speculated during the draft with the Patriots add a guy that could potentially be that safety 3 or a future starter, and they did not. So maybe a guy like Pettus is someone who could come in here. More of a box safety, just under 5'11", 200 pounds. But you bring him into the fold out of Troy and see what he can do. Rookie minicamp just around the corner. Another DB here, Mikey Victor, the cornerback out of HBCU, Alabama State. As he enters the fold as well. Love the size here. How about this? 6'2" and 3/8, over 200 pounds. That is a frame worth taking a chance on here, so I'll be intrigued to see what he can show. If you find DBs that are long, especially at the cornerback position, that is always a bonus. Talk about some more guys here in just a moment, but do want to shout out our sponsor. That is Game Time. Check out the Game Time app today. Link is in the comments and in the description. Download it. Use promo code ChatSports for $20 off your first ticket purchase, because that's what they do. They get you the best tickets for all events for the lowest price guaranteed. Sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, and a whole lot more. Patriots are coming up this fall, but you got the Bruins, you got the Celtics in action in their postseasons. Get after it with Game Time, the best offers available. They also specialize in last-minute tickets, lower prices. because they want to put butts in seats. Maybe you wake up the day of a game, boom, there's a deal for 25% off some tickets. Go check it out. Use code ChatSports to get you an additional $20 off your first purchase for new customers only. Get going with Game Time. Link is in the comments and description. If you just search Game Time in your app store, you can find it that way as well. White letter G, black background, you're in the right place if that's what you find. Code ChatSports for $20 off. John Morgan, the edge out of Arkansas, as they go back to the SEC for a trenches player. 6'1 and 3/8, 252, so a little undersized for an edge. But in a 3-4, that probably plays. Think about a guy of that size that can work in that system. Wouldn't really work in a 4-3, but probably could work in a 3-4. We'll see what he can show. Caleb Ford Dement, the corner out of Texas State. Bringing in another defensive back here as well. 5'11", 178 pounds. Fun fact, White House, Texas. Who is from there? Producer Rolly? That would be Patrick Mahomes. So there you go. Maybe there's some connection there. Who knows? But 5'11", 178, another corner for New England. John Trey Hunter, the linebacker out of Georgia State, as they go to the middle of that defense. Older prospect, 24 years old. He's played a lot of college football. Decent size, though, just under 6'2", 236 pounds. Maybe he's a guy who could work in at that outside linebacker spot. Also, Tom Downey had him as a top 300 player, so potentially draftable, but he went undrafted. Patriots got him. Maybe he's got a little something. Another linebacker here, Jet Bush. Does he look like he could be selling insurance? Yes, but he is now a New England Patriot. I actually watched him a decent amount at Texas. Kind of a classic, just overachiever type. 6'1.5", 240 pounds. Wasn't ranked in our database, but he's going to work for everything he can get. We'll see where he ends up. This is an interesting one. Vince Blanchard, the kicker out of Canada, Laval, where he played there. Let's be honest, Chad Ryland, as inconsistent as a rookie season possibly could have been. Buries Denver from 50+, shanks a 35-yarder against the Giants. Like, you got to at least get some competition in there. We'll see if Blanchard is that competition. If nothing else, you can see what he's got. And if he's not it, maybe you go sign a vet to compete with Ryland. We'll have to wait and see what they do there. Tariq Stewart, back to the offensive line out of North Carolina A&T. Bring him in here. There clearly is a theme here with what they're trying to do. They're trying to throw bodies at this position. They're trying to beef up the offensive line and see which guys stick here. 6'6", 300 pounds out of North Carolina A&T. So, again, we'll see where he fits into the fold. All right, just to recap here, 12 undrafted free agents for New England. Running back DeShaun Fenwick out of Oregon State. Tennessee tight end Jacob Warren. You get Charles Turner III, the LSU center. Zuri Henry, the offensive tackle out of UTEP. Dell Pettus, the safety out of Troy, Mikey Victor, the corner out of Alabama State. John Morgan, Arkansas edge. Texas State corner Caleb Ford Dement. You got Georgia State linebacker John Trey Hunter. Jet Bush, the linebacker out of Texas. Maybe competition for Chad Ryland. Vince Blanchard, the kicker out of Canada. And then Tariq Stewart, the offensive lineman out of North Carolina A&T. All right. UDFAs wrapped up there. Who was your favorite draft pick? I mean, you could go the cliche Drake Maye answer. That's perfectly fine. I think my favorite value pick was Javon Baker, which was clarified over the weekend. UCF wide receiver. That is what my answer would be for value. Let us know what your favorite draft pick it was, and should be exciting. Got rookie minicamp coming up. OTAs just around the corner. Training camp will be here before we know it. Plenty of content to come here on Patriots Today, so be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you soon.